y'all ready for this?
Just like living in paradise.
There we go.
Whoa! Feedback.
Feedback?
Enough of that. Okay.
Cheap ass UV meters.
Everything's cheap ass there.
Okay, first of all,
No. Okay.
all right, cool.
Yeah, I'll just look at you and then I don't know what the camera interviews. They never look at the camera.
All right, cool. Here's my seat.
You're so far.
Yeah, so that's the rule. First of all, for the interview, we're going to be editing it and stuff, so I'd like you to do your opener for me.
Do my opener.
Your opener.
What do you mean?
You know, Twin Cities, how the hell are ya?
Like sitting right here?
Yeah, sitting right here.
I have to do that?
Well, you don't have to, but I'd like you to.
Well, it's like, you know, when you go to a bar or something and someone says, talk like you do on the radio. It's like, hey, I don't know, you're fucking a dork.
All right, well,
All right. Okay, you don't have to.
Well-
I got it off the radio. I can put that
You
on.
got it off the radio?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll work.
All right.
I can mouth it, and then, like, you can play it along.
All right, cool. That'll work.
That'll work?
That'll work.
All right, I'll mouth it, all right.
I'll just pretend it's...
All right.
All right, cool. We got it. We got it. 'Cause that'd be cool. Okay. Just for the question, just for the radio sake, where did you go to school? Wait, where did you go to school?
I went to Brown Institute.
Brown Institute. Okay.
High school, or do you want to know?
Well, no,
Okay.
the DJ school. Okay, you went to Brown.
Would that be the
And-
lovely East Lake Street
It
campus?
would be the... Yeah, I graduated from the old building, too, by the way.
Really?
The very last class to graduate. No, I never went to the fancy one you guys got now. Yeah, fancy. I say that with tongue firmly planted in cheek.
Did you enjoy your instruction at Brown?
Yeah, actually, it was. I had a really good time. Teacher's not there anymore. I think he got fired for molesting young ladies or something like that. But his name was. All the teachers are like, yeah, I know who he's talking about. Al Schiller, the first day of school, he wrote his name on the blackboard. You know, it says Schiller, and he wrote it up there. And he's like, just don't cross the L's. Took me 2 weeks before I understood what the hell he was talking about. Shitter, I get it. All right. So, anyway, yeah, I had a good time.
How old were you when you finally decided you wanted to be a DJ?
17.
17?
I never knew what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
When did you finally say, well, this is for me? What was the turning point? You know, why did you just say, well, I'll be a DJ today?
There was about 2 months left of high school, and I had no clue what I wanted to do. And some dork was sitting in front of me in one of my 6-hour classes, and he came back to school one day saying, yeah, I just went to Brown and I took this voice test and I did really well, yada, 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 yada. I'm sitting there going, yeah, you know, if you can, I had no idea what I was going to do. And I'm like, well, if this dork can do it, well, I'm just going to go to Brown and see what happens and do this voice thing or whatever. So I went and took the voice test, and I wanted to do sports play-by-play, stuff like that, but there's like very few of those jobs available. So I got sidetracked into doing radio, and here I sit. So 7 years later. But
How old are you?
not supposed to ask a lady her age. I'm 20. I'm 26.
Are you going to be a...
How old would you have guessed?
I thought you were like 25 or something.
Oh, really?
Really.
Okay, sure.
And okay, well, you know, I thought you were 52.
down a couple of years.
I thought you were 52. And are you going to do this all your life?
I don't know what I'm doing next weekend, to tell you the truth. I mean, you know, you can't tell. It's so unstable, this business. I mean, I've been through 3 format changes, and I've thought that I was going to have to get out of it before, but you know, in one form or another, I'd like to. You know, I'd eventually like to do mornings and maybe spin off into some sort of... I mean, everybody wants to do everything, you know, when they're at this point. God, I want to do TV, and I want my own talk show, and you know, I want my own TV show, and yada yada. But I don't know. Probably I'll be doing something that has to do with this.
How many jobs have you had before you had 93X?
Which tape we have?
Oh, so we had a bunch.
I've had a bunch, yeah. This is the first job, actually, that I've had for more than a year, and I've been here almost 2 years now. Let's see, this is my 12th job in 7 years, almost 7 years.
Did you?
I get fired a lot.
Okay, that was my next question.
Yeah.
Were you getting fired? And let's see.
No, I rephrase it. I have gotten fired a lot, but
Oh.
I don't plan on getting fired here. You lose your place?
Oh yeah. Do you like? Matt told me to ask you this. Do you like hanging out at the Hideaway?
Actually, tell you the truth, that's kind of like this. I shouldn't say. No, it's not a second home. That's like my last home. I mean, it's just like a hidden away hick. I don't like the bar, to tell you the truth. I go there because they pay me. So, I don't like it though. Iron Horse I like.
Oh, I got a good question for you. What is your average daily routine?
This is pretty much like every day too, because this is an easy question. All right, I wake up at depending if I have something to do. Well, Montel comes on at 9 or 11, so I will get up at 11. You know, maybe watch Montel. You know, but if I'm not in, I know he's gonna have a bad show. I'll just wait till Jenny Jones comes on at noon, and I'll get up, go on the couch, lay around till about 1. Get up. Well, somewhere in there I've showered, hopefully, and then I get dressed, and then I go to work, and I'm on the air from 2 to 6, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday I have to go to bars for appearances. Darn. And you know, the other days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I get off 6, I go home, watch maybe an hour or two of TV, and go out and party, and go home, go to bed, sleep, start the same thing over again, sleep till 11 or 12. And, I mean, it's a tough life.
What's the coolest part about your job?
Probably the short hours. I mean, 4 hours a day, and then going to bar gigs and showing up at a bar and hanging out for 3 hours and getting paid good money for that. And just the coolest part of it is it's not a job, I guess. You know, I'm not flipping burgers.
Oh, kind of like me.
Not that there's anything wrong with flipping burgers.
Just not doing it. Did you make up your own name, or did you have some professional make it up for you?
No, I used to be going by Doug Collins, which is boring without even saying so. And I got a job. I was working in Hibbing, Minnesota, up on the old Iron Range, and I got a job in Kansas City from there. And my boss there, I was going to do nights at like a flamethrowing top 40, you know, like K-Dweeb over here. And he's like, "Oh, we got to get you a better name, man. That name sucks." So I sat around for 3 days. I was on the air for 3 days, just being the unknown DJ. And finally, we're just screwing around with names and throwing them around. He said Hurricane. I'm like, "Okay, cool, let's go with it." And he goes, "Oh, wait a minute, we need another name. And what rhymes with Hurricane? There's no cool names that rhyme with Hurricane." So, you know, Wayne, you know, as dorky as that is, had to go with it. So, but now you know, you get down to just calling myself Kane. So Hurricane is very rarely even said, actually. Excuse me.
So what do you think about the...
You can edit that out.
Oh, well, I don't know if we will.
Well, you know, why edit out the coolest parts, right?
Yeah. What do you think about the callers who call you? Do you think most of them are complete wastes, or, you know, what do you really think of them?
Well,
remember, this is not going on the air.
It's okay. They're wastes. No, if they could hear that half the you know, when they're all such morons usually, you know, especially when like there's vacations and kids are like out of school. All the booger eaters call you, and they bug the hell out of you, and I mean, as soon as you hang up, you're nice, you know. "Oh, hi, how are you? Sure, I'll play that song for you as soon as I can." Hang up, you want a butthead. You know, you always have a name, but people are people. which doesn't say a lot. I don't know what I'm saying with that.
Did you ever think that the Russian communists would fall into power?
You know, I've always thought that. About 3 years ago, I had a dream. Seriously, I had a dream that I would have this big blotch on my head, and that I would be his son or something. But Russians into power? What the hell kind of a question is that?
I just wanted to see you paying attention.
That you're just screwing around with me. Sure.
You know.
Don't make Laura Gannon come over there, 'cause she will, and she'll knock the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Do you ever do air checks on yourself to improve your air personality?
Every day. You have to. I mean, if you didn't, because you're your own worst critic.
Yeah.
Anybody can tell you something, and I mean, whether you know it or not, but you got to critique yourself. And I never had anyone to help me out throughout my climb. But yeah, as if I've reached this pinnacle or something. But no, you have to. I mean, although I must say that I haven't air checked it all this week. But of course, when you're as good as I am, you don't need to air check.
Did you make any?
Just kidding. That was a joke. Somebody laughed.
Did you make any mentors for yourself when you were around our mentors?
Mentors.
Yeah.
She said mentals. Mentors. Yeah, there's a few. You might remember a guy who used to work at WLOL before they went off the air, Greg Thunder.
Well, I'm from Texas.
Okay, Greg Thunder, Alan Cable. I mean, George McFly. You make friends.
By Rayovac flashlights and batteries. Rayovac, when performance really counts. By Ranger Boats,
once you get in it, and like with a job, you'll know who these people are. But yeah, the job, it's like somebody, your quote unquote friend you haven't talked to in like 2 years. You're like calling them, "Hey, buddy, what's up? Got a job for you?" Keep your ears open. So they're all. But it's cool. That's the way it is. People do it with me too. So.
All right. Well, that about wraps it up for me. You got any questions?
You're basically Minnesota, aren't you? Born and
Born
bred.
and raised, yeah. Born and raised here. I went to Irondale High School. Lived here all my life except for those, 6 years of hell, or 5 years when I wasn't home. But, because it sucks. Being in Florida for a winter, for a Christmas, there's no Vikings, you got to go to Miami to watch a Dolphin game. I mean, that's the worst part. The worst part about being away was missing the Twins and the Vikings and the Stars when they were here. But it's great. I would recommend this career to any dork.
Were you kind of a slough off in school, or were you like a geek or what?
No, I wasn't a geek. I played, I was into all the sports, played sports. I was a slough off though. I don't know how I managed to stay on the teams because I had the worst grades. I would, instead of doing my homework, I would sit and either draw stadiums, like in my notepad, architect, stadiums and stuff, or I'd have like my language notebook and my math notebook and my football statistics notebook and my baseball, I'd sit there and I'd keep track of stats, whichever season it was, and that would consist of my day. I'd bring in the sports page and do my stats. And when I'm in class, really? What were we talking about? So yeah, I didn't do anything. I had great grades on tests, but they put so much weight into homework, which was pretty stupid. That's why I sloughed off. I'm like, well, I don't need to do the homework. I know what's going on. But,
if you weren't a DJ today, what do you think you'd be doing? Or do you think you'd be like a garbage man, or?
Man, I don't know. I couldn't even fathom. Maybe, I don't know. When I was going to Brown, I worked in a bank. Of course, I lost that job. Didn't steal any money, but I don't know what I would. That never even crossed my mind. I couldn't tell you. I really don't know. I mean, this is the only thing I know. Which may be a bad thing, because if you ever have to fall back onto something, but.
Oh, hell, you'd be a Zamboni driver and you know it.
Yeah, there's just so many angles and so many areas to veer off of from this that I don't think I'll ever have to worry about it. I don't know what I'd be doing. Probably nothing. I'd probably be a slob bum like you guys.
Yeah, right.
Do you like the status that you get from being an air personality?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes, though, you miss... And I can imagine what it's like for people like Madonna and stuff, but I mean, sometimes you just miss your privacy. I mean, if I wanted to, not that I would, but if I wanted to go out with some fat chick or something, you know, and I went, not that there's nothing wrong with fat chicks. Oh wait, this isn't on TV. Fat chicks suck. No, but if like I wanted to go to the mall with some obese bitch, you know, and why is that flashing?
Oh, we have a battery or
Probably
something?
low on battery or something.
Low on battery, so wrap it up. There, I'm done.
What do you have?
No tape end.
Oops.
Shoot all the tape.
We'll flip the tape. New tape.
Probably that. And so, you know, for knowledge's sake, I'm glad I'm in it, but I have no interest in it right out of school because, I mean, Ski keeps telling me, you know, oh, you'd be great as a TV personality, or as a, you know, anchor, you know, because he tells me I do really well as an anchor, but
there you go.
the day they hire long hairs for anchors,
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
gotta-
right
you gotta
there,
cut it,
man.
you know,
Do you have a problem with the A word?
Pronunciation?
No. The people always.
Anonymity.
Yeah,
Anonymity.
That's it.
Repeat it. Nim.
Anonymity. Anonymity. Do you have a problem with anonymity?
No, sometimes. I mean, just for example, you know, when you go to the Mall of America, like at the bars, I frequent the bars there quite often, like Gators and stuff. Frequent? I've never used that word in my life. I go to the bars a lot, and sometimes people will come up to you and start talking, and they'll start talking about radio, and I'm out to have fun. I don't want to talk about work. It's like, what if I come up to you and start, you know, damn, what's it like flipping in burgers? Is that cool? I mean, you ever drop them? I mean, you don't want to talk about work. It's the same thing, and like I said about the fat chick, if you want to bring somebody that's less desirable to a bar, I mean, people are going to give you shit and this and that, and so you have less of a, you know, if I want to go to the gay 90s or something, I mean, God, I couldn't do that. Stop. If I was seen in there, oh my God. No, but it's too public. That's why I have nobody over to my house usually.
Do most people know who you are, since you're not actually seen?
No, not most. I mean, you know. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to listen to the station to know who I am. I mean, not everyone knows who Steve and Sharon are either, but, you know, most people do.
Because I remember one time I was walking through the Mall of America on a Sunday, and I was with my friend Matt Schneider, and he said, "That's Hurricane, man. That's Hurricane." I said, "No, that's not Hurricane." And you're with some guy. And then so he wanted to prove it to me. He walks by, he goes, "Hey, Hurricane, what do you think of people that do that?"
That's flattering. I mean, that's cool, as long as they don't keep talking to you and bug you. You know, if I'm at the mall, if I'm shopping, if I got bags or whatever, then saying, hey, is cool. I mean, I enjoy that. It's fun to be recognized, you know what I'm saying? You kind of feel, woo, you know? But if you don't stop me and yak forever, and that's cool. I'll say hi to anybody.
All right, well, we'll bring this to a close, and I appreciate you having this interview with me.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. There's beer waiting downstairs, so I got to go.
All right, well, thank you very much, Hurricane.
Oh, okay. That was cool.
Cool.
All right, thanks, gang.
Yeah, no problem.
KRXX Whitby, KRXX FM, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Live from the Out of Control Room, Studio B, where B stands for Bite Me. Here's Hurricane. Twin Cities, how the hell are you, man? My name is Hurricane Wayne.
There was about 2 months left of high school. I had no clue what I wanted to do. And I went to Brown Institute. Excuse me. You can edit that out. All right. I wake up at, depending if I have something to do. Well, Montel comes on at 9 or 11, so I will get up at 11, you know, maybe watch Montel, you know. But if I'm not in, I know he's going to have a bad show, I'll just wait till Jenny Jones comes on at noon. And I'll get up, go on the couch, lay around till about 1, get up, well, somewhere in there I've showered, hopefully, and then I get dressed and then I go to work on the air from 2 to 6.
Hurricane Wayne.
Yada, yada, yada. I'm sitting there going, fat chicks suck. When I was going to Brown, I worked in a bank. Of course, I lost that job. Didn't steal any money, but I don't know what that never even crossed my mind. You know, I've always thought that. About 3 years ago, I had a dream, seriously, I had a dream that I would have this big blotch on my head and that I would be his son or something. But Russians into power, what the hell kind of a question is that? If I come up to you and start, damn, what was it like flipping them burgers? Is that cool? There's beer waiting downstairs, so I gotta go.